use more, again, she took the basic grapevine wreath, but then she added the Asian honeysuckle vine to the top of that, just to fill it up. A lot of times nowadays, the grapevines, everybody thinks they can make a beautiful grapevine, right? But then it's really skinny. It's not real nice. You add a little bit of that Asian honeysuckle vine, and you get a fuller grapevine wreath to work with. It's still very natural. And the honeysuckle vine just looks like the tendrils off of the natural grapevine wreath. So it makes it really nice. Switch right on over to real Christmas, small home Christmas with the artificial wreath. We've added some cinnamon sticks and apples, some pomegranates here and here, lotus pod. So we're using a mixture of the artificial rain, some berries, some dry, some fruits. It's a nice mix. They're all natural. No ribbon in there. And they have carving. All that beautiful ribbon and carving. As a matter of fact, I did have 3 or 4 in a row. I know she's going to grab some ribbon and put this beautiful lace she's doing right now. Yeah, Russia knows what you're going to do with that.
I'm going to take the out right now, and I'm actually going to base this on the bird things. Before I did that, though, I went around the ring with some flat boxwood and some flat holly. Just to fill in my wreath, make it a little bit, a little bit fuller. Still keeping that natural look going with it. And I chose the flat items because my owls got the white in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to contort this little tight to this knee, and I'm going to attach it right now. I'm going to use a mixture of wire, and if I have to glue, but usually the wire is sufficient enough to glue it, just get it through there.
While she's doing that, I want to talk about these next 2 things. I believe David did. Isn't that wonderful? Look at that beautiful ribbon. Look at the difference. Just add a little bit of ribbon. I love this burlap up here. David chose this one. One of the arrangements he did add in as well has the red polka dots mixed into the burlap. I think that's a really nice one. It's not solid color. It's a little bit different, a little more whimsical. And then I think these are dried dates. Artificial with the pine cones, and then adding the yarn or the roping, the textured roping, I think is really well done. David does it here, and there's another arrangement coming as well. Now this one doesn't have any wire, so it's very loose. You get very natural pearls and tendrils coming out of it. Very nice, simple. And here, before owls, it was the cardinals, right? The cardinals are still very strong, very popular item to add. And with the cardinals, we either have some with little clips, they're very easy to work with, or in this case, David just took a little bit of the pan glue, dipped it, and then used some moss, and then put it right onto the branch. So it looks very natural, like they're sitting there, pecking away at the wreath. He's used a little bit of plastic as well as the regular poly vinyl Christmas, and just a little bit more of that amaranth. That really adds a lot to the arrangement. Everybody see the little wood discs that are running through here? Those wood discs have become very, very popular. And one of the reasons they're popular is I think people, design and event people, are using the natural wood platforms to showcase their arrangements. I actually went to a wedding about a week ago, and they had a cake, but it was a second marriage. It was a very small cake for a wedding, and they added some pies. So the pies were the dessert, right? And for the pies, they had those old traditional white ceramic pie holders, and then they used some sections of log to lift the pies up. So they're using that wood instead of like mirrors that we used to use all the time, or glass, or anything like that. The other thing, they're using these small wooden risers to put their votive cups on to give it a more natural look to a wedding. So you take a wedding that has a more high-end look, Now we're adding the mason jars, right? That's real popular. But then we take various sizes of these wood discs. Now we sell these, but you know, if you or your husband has a chainsaw, you can just and cut yourself a bunch of little sections. And then you have them and you can scatter them on the table, put some candles on some, put a couple of single flowers on it, and really stretch that design throughout your arrangement on the table. David obviously used it here to add it to his wreath, but you do that as well. It's the shape, it's the round shape of those logs, and then just that natural, eco-friendly type of mix. It's very, very popular. I'm seeing it a lot. Here's that garden roping with it, and it's wired now, folks. So instead of falling more naturally, David has it coming out more of a three-dimensional, which is very nice. Now you can't put that in a door, right, because it's too wide. But on a wall, that works really well. It gets your eye movement in and out of the arrangement all the way around. Again, here's that ribbon. Isn't that beautiful? I mean, honestly, you could just take a wreath with pine cones and just add that ribbon, that plaid traditional Christmas ribbon. I think you're done. It's very, very simple. But I sell all this other stuff, so David just adds it all in. Those videos, wonderful. Sell them as a set of 6. We have them in red, silver, and gold. Really nice things. I think that's a beautiful thing. I mean, getting away from that, you know, that more traditional red. Oh my gosh,
That's not the
no. To yell at somebody later. But David is taking this, it's a softer pine, and I always wonder about this pine whenever I see it, because I look at it, to me, it looks like the Christmas tree 2 weeks after Christmas, right? It's not the bright green. But somebody told me, no, Tom, that's a California pine. The California pine tends to have a softer green color. So well, you can call it all you want in California, but in Michigan, that's dead. But we buy it, we sell it, so who am I, right? So there's beautiful California pine. We got a little bit of the number 40 ribbon in that metallic. And David's added that beautiful, like a chartreuse sage color green, a little bit of lime green, mixed the greens in there. I think he's done a really great job of not making it look dead, but very contemporary instead, right? But just a small wreath, maybe you can put it over your bedstand. Isn't that great? You know, what we're seeing though, and obviously you're seeing it here, we have the sisal foxes in gray and white. We have the owls. We have, what else do we have over there? Hedgehogs. I really like the hedgehogs. I think they're the cutest of them all. And we also have some deer. So what we're seeing is a trend to put some more of those figurines into our design work and into the home for the holidays again. And maybe some of you can only think about those little brown flock deer we used to have back in the 70s. And those were really cute. But here we're just being a little bit more contemporary, using white birch branches. Did you do this one?
No, that's
David did this one. With the white birch branches, the deer, a little bit of that white, the bleached white burlap ribbon in number 9. Isn't that great? And then these pine cones, I think they're wonderful. They do the same thing as the amaranthus, right? They just soften up the arrangement so it's not so stiff. Let's call it. Are you ready to show us?